Wake Up Calls home for CNS North Stars athletic on-site, on-location shows. We're all about supporting our community, our student athletes, our coaches, the future of our community right here with CNS. So I can ask you, before we get started with boys swimming, to give a round of applause to CNS North Stars and to the boys swimming teams to show them some love. Give a little bit of round of applause here. So I have a few of our guests here today. We have, first and foremost with us, Bryson Duncan. Bryson, how are you? Doing all right? Hand him the mic. Bryson, how we doing?
Good, you?
I'm doing all right. We have Jake Griffin. Jake, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
And we have head coach of the CNS boys swimming team, Paul Gill. Paul, how are you?
Great, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, and of course I'm Dan Tortora, on-site on location here with you at Heritage Hill North. Every single month we're here with the CNS athletic program, student athletes, coaches, and administration, and of course our exclusive partner, studio-wise, Heritage Hill North and Heritage Hill Brewhouse. So, Coach, I'm going to start with you. Where I heard from Tim Ben-Narski, the athletics director at CNS, that there's a little bit of news about the renovation when it comes to swimming. What can you tell us?
Well, what I know is the pool renovation has been sent to state ed.
Okay.
We voted it in a few years ago, and very excited about once it passes state ed, we're going to get some shovels in the ground, and we're going to get moving.
How confident are we to get shovels in the ground soon?
Last I heard from the superintendent, we were looking at digging in the fall,
Okay.
getting started.
All right, sounds good. So something coming up, something exciting, long time coming.
Yeah, well, Coach Ranieri and I have been on the road since 1994 with both swim programs. A lot of miles into the city of Syracuse, so it's a lot of mileage and time on the bus for the kids, so it's going to be great to see them not have to do all that riding. I think we're going to get a really big boost.
Yeah, I think it's huge. And, you talk about facilities, and it's funny because I tour Division 1, 2, and 3 campuses, and in the collegiate world now, it's all about building up the facilities no matter what division you are, but it's trickled down to high school, especially in this community, about the renovations and having the right facilities, having as much as you can on campus. So like you said, traveling since 1994, this would be huge for boys and girls swimming.
Yeah, well, and I also wonder what percentage boost each kid's going to get in speed, not having to travel all that time on the bus. Because back in the day, they'd be on the bus for over an hour just to get there. So it's going to be special.
Jake, for you, what are your thoughts on that? The fact that the future of swimming at CNS is going to be on site as opposed to having to travel.
I think it would definitely be easier on the athletes because it's going to create a bigger swim team, because I think that us having to travel, it really makes it harder for the swimmers to get there. So I think it'll create an easier experience. More kids are going to want to join the swim team. In my swim career, I've had to be on the bus like 350 times just to get to practice. So I think it'll be way easier.
For you, why did you get into swimming? Why did you fall in love with the sport?
A lot of my family members were in swim.
Yeah.
My cousins and my sisters, and then it was me and my brother, so we all swam. My sister went through CNS, graduated from there, and swam all 4 years through high school. So I've been a swimmer for I think it's 11 years now.
When did your family first throw you in the pool? Because my mom was like, I'm in a diaper, I'm a baby, I'm in the pool. So how quickly were you in the pool?
I don't know, they got us in there. Like, my grandfather had a pool, so they definitely put us in the pool. And my cousin started swimming before us, so I think it's been just throughout the whole family since we were kids. Really, really little, yeah.
Bryson, what about you? How soon did you get into the world of swimming?
I probably started once those floaties fit.
Once what?
Once the floaties fit.
Once the floaties fit. Okay, so like early on.
Yep.
How quickly did you take, because I remember that moment. It was always big for every kid, the moment that we took our floaties off. So do you recall, I mean, was this like when you were little, or do you recall the moment that the floaties came off?
I was probably about, say, 5 or 6, going early in elementary school when the floaties off,
Okay.
able to swim alone.
What made you fall in love with the sport? Why swimming?
Just being in the pool so early on, and the team aspect of the sport just clicked a lot faster than other sports like football, baseball.
As much as it's a team sport, when you're swimming, it feels very individual at times, right? When you're in the water by yourself. So bring me into that. How does that stay team when you're out there in the pool? Obviously, when you're going back and forth and you come to the wall and the next person jumps in, there is that team aspect, but there's that time period where it's just you and the water. How does it stay a team in those moments?
Just seeing you, it's not really ever a individual moment not really ever an individual moment. Your teammates are always cheering you on, even when you're in the pool, on the sides of the pool, just cheering you on every second of the race.
Bryson, which one of your teammates at CNS pushes you the most? Who's the one that you feel like gives you the most energy?
Oh, that's a hard question. Everyone pushes everyone else, coaches especially. Swimmer, probably say probably Jake or Caden.
Yeah, what'd you say?
Probably Jake or Caden.
Okay. So you said Jake or
Or Caden, his brother.
so the same family no matter what. Why did you pick the Griffins?
Probably just because they led the team ever since I joined. They've been leading the team in pretty much every race. They're great role models, great swimmers, great leaders, everything about them.
Jake, typically we do tell me something good here on Wake Up Call, but Bryson just said a lot of nice things about you and your family. So tell me something good about Bryson.
Bryson comes into practice every day ready to work. He's one of the first guys in the water. He's definitely shown leadership skills. He'll be the captain next year, so he puts a lot of, you can tell he puts a lot of work in practice compared to some of the other kids. If they're slacking off, he usually puts them back on track. So I think he's going to make a great captain next year for the team.
So, like you said, you believe he's going to make a great captain. What is leadership? How would you define it? If you say that Bryson's going to be a great captain, what is leadership to you?
I think leadership is being a good role model for the other kids. You keep them on track at practice, and you encourage them for races. There's always been a tradition. The captains, they give like a little speech in the beginning, and I think that it really pumps the guys up for the practice, and that's leadership. You gotta encourage them to want to win stuff.
Yeah, that encouragement, those speeches. Coach, you decided to bring Jake up here and bring Bryson up here. Why bring up these two gentlemen to represent the team at CNS?
Well, Jake just graduated, and Jake would definitely be on Mount Rushmore of swimmers. A few years back, Jake was a swimmer in me in sectionals. Won some events, qualified for states multiple times, but I think he would still be up here even if he never goes through because he pushes guys, he's got the right focus, he's a high quality individual. He's grown up in the morning, I'm super proud of that. He's going to school and and Bryson, exactly what Jake said. Bryson says the right thing, does the right thing, and he's got his eye on everyone to make sure everybody can go. I think that's a sign of a great leader. Like once told me, a great leader takes you to places you want to go on the road. And I think both of these gentlemen can definitely do it.
I love that. A great leader takes you places that you wouldn't go to on your own. You spoke about the fact that Jake is heading off to Lemoyne. Adam Zikowski, if you're watching, hello. And so he's going to be your head coach.
Yeah.
He went to Lemoyne. So you got a coach that went to Lemoyne. You're going to a coach that is obviously coaching Lemoyne, but also went to Lemoyne. Why did you choose the Lemoyne Dolphins?
Well, it took a while because I didn't want to go to school in New York. to go out of state. But when I went on my recruiting visit and I was hanging out with the guys, it felt right, and I felt in my place when I was there. So I think that's what really pushed me to go to Des Moines. They're a new Division I program. I got other friends going there, and I think that it could be the start of something great. So.
Do you like that fact? I mean, this is year 2 that Des Moines is in their transition to D1. In our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Des Moines College, I've been with them through the whole process. So from thinking about D1 to getting the binder ready to all the way through, I've been with them through that process, with them in the first year of D1, so I've gotten to see it. What do you like about being a part of a school that's reclassified?
I think that it's going to be more, like swimming, it's not a very popular sport, and I think now that they're Division I, it's going to be more known, and we'll get more recognition, because a lot of swimming athletes, they deserve the recognition. We all practice so hard, it's very, swimming is time consuming, it's really rough on the body, and I think that all of these swimmers deserve the recognition because they practice so hard.
When you talk about deserving recognition, and I asked you guys before we got started, have you done this? And Coach said, not much. And to me, the Olympic sports, every sport should have a place and a spotlight. And that's what our dedication is here at Heritage Hill North with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, is that the CNS North Stars are represented throughout all of the sports. And as the Olympics are going on right now, this time, whenever there's Olympics, people seem to care for a few weeks, right? They care about swimming, they care about things that they might not watch, like fencing. Of course, when soccer comes up, when the World Cup comes up as well with soccer, but you don't see that in track and field and whatnot. You don't see that love and respect throughout the year, but on Wake Up Call, I would like to think you do. What should we do for the Olympic sports, in your opinion? How can we give more respect to student athletes too?
That's a tough question. I don't really know how to answer that, so I'm going to give it to Coach.
Coach is going to give us an answer.
You know, I think exposure is number one.
Yeah.
And I think having an aquatic facility will do that. I also think Coach Ben Nutter, our AD, that Tim Ben Nutter does a great job sending things out on socials and getting our guys recognition when they do things and publicizing them. And I think those things give us a lot of attention because we need to address fast these days. So I think it's great that we do more of those.
Well, and I think a big thing too is when I put up these posts on our social media, on Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, X at Call DT, and Instagram at Wake Up Call _DT. CNS did repost it, and on top of that, I was seeing people respond about it and seeing it and being excited for the moment. So I think the biggest thing is just getting it out there and giving you the platform, giving you the opportunity, doing things like this, right? Because to me, if you're someone in our community working to do good things, there should be a spotlight in the platform. Bryson, for you, what do you think we can do? You heard what Coach had to say. How can we make sure that Olympic sports stay top of mind outside of the Olympics?
I think it's just that the Olympics are one of the biggest events held every 4 years or 2 years if you want to count summer versus winter.
Yeah.
But swimming's a very tough sport to qualify for. Olympics in general are very tough to qualify for. But not many people are able to do it, and it's hard to be competitive if you don't have the mindset or will or work on it and be in the pool every day and be at practice. And so it's hard to put recognition on the people who are there when you don't see it happen.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is now they see you, right? So then they know Jake is going to be at Des Moines. They're going to be looking out for you. Bryson, you heard from Jake, you're going to be a leader, a captain, so they're going to be looking out for you at CNS. And Coach, you know what it's like to swim yourself, be here in the community, appreciate the community for that because this is why we do it. We're going to get into rapid fire in a second, but because I haven't had you gentlemen up here before, Bryson, I'm going to stick with you on this first. What does it mean to be a North Star? How would you describe it?
guess it means that tough question. It means that you're kind of part of a community that is very wide and broad, but everyone comes together and is in the same spot and helps each other. It's a very wide community that helps each other.
So a very wide and broad community that helps each other, a lot of people coming together. Jake, what would you say it means to be a North Star?
I just think we're all just one big family. Everybody is in support of each other. So, I mean, the North Stars are probably one of the biggest school communities around here. So it's just like there's a lot of support that comes from it. And after swim meets and stuff, if I got recognition somewhere, I love so many people will come up to me and congratulate me or something. So I just think it's pretty good.
So I want to dispel a rumor here that swimming is easy. Because being around Adam Zakowski, it's not easy. And I went to a swim meet this past season, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the swim meet, I'm going to stay for the whole thing. It was like 3 hours that you're standing there. And like, I'm in, I think I was in like pants and a polo shirt, and I was like, what? But I will say to Adam Zakowski, he does stand in front of me if I'm by the pool. He tries to block the way of water getting to me, so I will give him credit for that. But these meets are not for the faint of heart. Like Bryson said, you got to have the mindset and the will to do it. Jake, let's dispel the rumor that swimming is easy.
If you can sit for a 6-hour meet without losing your mind, whatever, good for you. But also, after every race, it feels like my muscles are falling off my bones. So if you consider that easy, I think there's a problem with it. But the meets, like how time consuming they are, it just gets so exhausting. And, it's a very swimming it crushes your whole body. Like it's not one thing. So I can't say swimming's easy.
I think the way that you described it, I've been broadcasting for almost 21 years. I've never heard someone describe a sport as, it feels like my muscles are falling off my bones.
Yeah.
That sticks with me. Bryson, how would you describe swimming? If swimming is not easy, what is swimming?
Swimming is definitely not easy. Most people think of swimming as, I'm having fun and swimming around with my friends in the pool, but it works your whole body. Most people say that it's not a very tough workout, but it really is. You're going for hours at a time, and like Jake said, meets can be very long between events, and you're sitting there either talking to friends, on your phone, whatever. It's hard to keep up and stay in your mindset to get it going.
It is not easy. Coach, let's dispel the rumor that swimming is easy.
I would have to say that swimming builds perseverance more than just about any other sport you're going to try, because the slower you go, the harder it is. But that said, and I'm sure you guys can agree, when you accomplish something in the pool, you have an amazing workout. You feel physically invincible. So when you've done a hard workout and you get out of the pool and you're tired from head to toe and all your being, you feel invincible that you can do anything. And so I think swimming builds that in us. And I've carried that feeling on the rest of my life when I can push through things I wouldn't think I could get through just because of persevering and practice. It teaches us good lessons.
Coach, I have to ask you this because it doesn't make sense to me, but I love it. I feel like, and my mom's second at this, that I think I was born in Atlantis, because when once I'm in the water, I can stay in the water all day. I don't do the whole, I'm gonna get in the water and then lay in the sun and bake. I lay in the sun for like 10 minutes and then I'm in the pool for like 8 hours. I can breathe underwater, hold my breath underwater better than I can above water. Why? Why is that? Is there any rhyme or reason to the fact that I could stay underwater for a very long time?
I have a feeling that since you're going to have to take a breath, the consequences are pretty bad if you're on the water.
That's very true. But I don't know, there's something about it. I love being there. And I think, and you guys can appreciate it, obviously you love the water. But there's something soothing about it, peaceful about it. And I would agree with you, I don't do anything near what you do. But when I do push myself in the water, you do feel like when you get out of the pool that you've earned the right to eat. You're always hungry. Like you just earn the right to, like I get out of the water and I'm like, I can eat whatever I want right now because I've been in here for 8 hours. So let's get into rapid fire. Coach, you can ask me the first question. Anything in the world, can be swimming related, sports, movies, music, anything.
Have you ever walked out on a movie in the theater?
Wow. Well, have you ever walked out a movie in the theater? I thought about it. I thought about it with the movie Lightyear because you can't make Lightyear without Buzz, and Buzz is Tim Allen. And that movie bombed. So Disney, I don't wish that any movies bomb or anything like that. All I'm saying is you would never make a Woody movie without Tom Hanks. So why they made a movie without Tim Allen, I think it's pretty clear. But I like Tim Allen, I like Home Improvement, Last Man Standing, he's a funny guy. So I didn't walk out of that one, but I fell asleep. I fell asleep in Miss Congeniality 2 that my girlfriend dragged me to. I never saw the first one, I fell asleep in the second one. And I fell asleep in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That movie was awful. Like I woke up, looked at the screen, and went right back to sleep.
So is that an ex-girlfriend or is that a current girlfriend?
Oh no, that's an ex-girlfriend. That is an ex-girlfriend. Being single in 2024 is like running through the zombie apocalypse with a bunch of meat on your bones, but it's fun. So I would say I haven't walked out on one, but I've had my moments of like, and it's been with Disney lately because Disney forgot how to tell stories, which makes me sad because they were so good at it, and now they're just not focusing. And I used to work at Disney, so it makes me really sad that Disney owns. I almost kind of want Disney to let go of Marvel, so Marvel can do what they want to do. But Disney owns them right now, so.
I agree.
That's right up Jake's alley.
All right, Jake. So I guess you know what? We have an entertainment show called Superpowered Pop where we talk about all this stuff. So now the coach has told me this, and you feel similar to me about Marvel, Disney. Maybe you and I should do Superpowered Pop as well.
Maybe.
We can just go off. I do like to go up. We're on the internet, so it's okay. What's your question for me, Jake?
Currently, what is your favorite Olympic sport to watch?
Wow. My favorite? Okay. I'm not going to pick a sport, I'm going to pick a person. And she's from upstate New York, and she went to Binghamton University. I have an exclusive partnership, multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton Lightning White. And Emily Mackay, she made it to her first Olympics. I got to speak with her and her coach. So it's not that I'm necessarily picking her sport, I'm just picking Emily. And although I don't agree with everything the Olympics has done outside of sports, Emily, I am rooting for you like I've known you forever. So you can meet her for 5 minutes if you want to root for her. So Emily Mackay, if you don't know her, get to know her, support her, show her some love. She's representing America in a big way. Bryson, what's your question for me?
Out of any sport to watch, what would you prefer to watch? And which one would you prefer to play?
Of any sport to watch, and then which one would I play?
Yeah.
It's got to be the same. I am known for when the NCAA tournament rolls around. From noon to 1 a.m., I'm watching basketball. I love the round of 64. There's a rule in my house. You can come over, but if you interrupt the game, if you say, how long do we need to watch this, or is this what we're doing all day, you get escorted out of the house. I am like Matrix. I got the picture-in-picture on YouTube TV, and I also interview across, thanks to the NCAA, I've had the blessing of being able to do on-site and virtual, so I've been able to talk to teams all over the country. So I'm not only watching the games, I'm doing interviews at like 1 a.m. So I'm going to say the tournament, but I also grew up playing basketball. I love it. I shut my brain off when I play. God gave me the ability to shoot from anywhere. I had to want to start running, and now I actually like cardio. When I was a kid, I didn't. So now I actually like it. So when I'm on the court and I'm not getting winded, that's a good thing. So I would say that I'm trying to be a better basketball player now than I ever was. My question back to you, Bryson, is if you came out to the pool to one song, and this was the Brysons, this is your jam. This is like we hear it, we go, oh, Bryson's coming out. What song is it? Why?
I don't know. I haven't been able to pick any walkout songs yet. That would be a Jake type of question. But
Would you say you don't have the songs?
walkout song.
You don't have a walkout song?
No.
Okay.
but-
Then let me change it up then. If it's not a walkout song, who's the first person that you run to after a meet?
Probably my brother who shows up to me first.
Okay.
I'm walking back to my seat and he's waiting there for me.
What's your brother's name?
Chase.
Chase. Shout out to Chase. What is the best thing about Chase?
Probably just that he pushes literally everything he does. Even if it's just playing around with his friends or baseball, swimming, whatever other sports he's doing at the time, he pushes the maximum in every shape way, or every way possible.
Shout out to Chase for pushing everybody. All right, Chase, then I guess my question to you is, what is the walkout song?
The Imperial March from Star Wars.
Awesome, I like that. Now, I want to tell you when I use it because I refer to Bill Belichick as Darth Vader. So when I've talked about him on the show before, I played the Imperial March and I said, I feel like he would be the guy that at a press conference, as soon as the door opens, the music plays, he gets up, he stands at the podium, he goes like this, and the guy who didn't cut it immediately has fired on the spot, and then they find another guy. Why the Imperial March?
I think it's pretty intimidating. If I was walking out to that, I think that the competition would, they'd be out of their mind a little bit.
Well, they're all going to look at you, that's for sure. I like it. And we know that Darth Vader, we hear his breathing, and we talked about how breathing is important in swimming. So that's something. Okay, Coach, what's your question for me?
I already asked you which movie you were watching in.
Which one?
My question for you?
Yes, your question for me.
I asked you what.
Oh, no, you did ask me. So
You got to rapid fire me.
that's right, I got to go back to you. My one to you, Coach. It must be Friday. I got tired for a minute. All right, Coach. My question for you is, if you and I were starring in a movie, what would be our job that we would both do? So what's our career? And what's the name of the movie?
Well, usually I say this about Coach Ranieri, but I think we'd be in the movie Twins.
Twins?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm Arnold, you're Danny. I'm just kidding.
Wildly disrespectful, but okay.
I'm just kidding.
Danny is the only person that I feel like I'm a giant to, but I do like It's Always Sunny in
No,
Philadelphia.
I think we're a 1-2 punch.
Okay.
You know, I'm tall and goofy, you're smart.
You hit him high and I'll hit him low. That's
Yeah.
how we-
I think it's a good combo.
What are we gonna call the movie?
Ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. All right. I'm calling mustard because I like mustard more than ketchup. So, with that being said, very interesting answer, Coach. For head coach Paul Gill, I like it. For Jay Griffin, for Bryson Duncan, for myself, Dan Tortora, this has been CNS Boys Swimming for the North Stars of Heritage Hill North on Wake Up Call. We'll be back with girls swimming right after this for CNS. Can you please give a round of applause to your boys swimming team and to Jake heading off to the water. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Future captain,